Jason O'Neill here for Hoops Factory TV with Van Coleman. Van, you've been involved in the grassroots basketball industry for quite a long time now, and recently it's gained a lot more notoriety. With that notoriety, do you feel as though it's maybe kind of expanded or maybe made the product better, or do you think that maybe some of the notoriety is detracted?
Well, I think sometimes for the kids it's a detraction because they sometimes they're all about the 15-second clip, the ball is life, the YouTube stuff, and they forget that you still got to play the game to win the game. So for the kids, it's a little bit of that. I think when you look at grassroots and it blowing up as far as an entity, it all happened with the internet. 1995 to now, there's been a lot of changes, but a lot of the changes that were negatives are not caused by the internet or by YouTube or any of those kind of things. It's caused by the NCAA cutting down the periods that coaches can be out. And what's happened because of that, we've got a situation where all the events get piled on top of one another, one after another, so that kids don't really know what event should I go to, what event's going to give me the best chance to be seen, all those kind of things. And unfortunately, that's caused it to be maybe a little more of a cutthroat business, a little more hardcore, battling over who's going where and all those kind of things. You really had the shoe wars get involved in the late 80s into the 90s and escalate throughout the years where, shoe companies are fighting for teams and fighting for players. Those are not positives to the game necessarily. Sometimes they work out well, and as we've seen here of recent, we're now seeing the shoe companies get involved in being leagues and being involved in, I think, things that are much more positive. Right now, you've got the EYBL, you have the association from Under Armour. There's a new league being formed by Dino Stragonis and his group, kind of an independent thing called the Legends League. And those things, I think, are going to be positives as far as the overall team play. But what's been lost in the shuffle is you got to be better. You got to be a player who develops. And if you don't develop your game, in other words, you need to go to camps, find out where you're at, and get some instruction on what can make you a better player. A lot of kids lose that, and athleticism will take you so far. The Peter Principle runs through everything. Murphy's Law is always there. You're going to run up against that wall. Somebody's going to be better. You're not going to be able to get better because you don't know how. And those are things that I think are lost in the game.